So we have, this came from biggovernment.com, Andrew Breitbart's site. We have a videotape of a USDA administration official discriminating against white farmers. And she says, you know, I just stood there and looked at this white farmer. And I sent him to one of his people. Excuse me? Have we suddenly transported into 1956, except it's the other way around? Is that what's happening? I mean, does anybody else have a sense that there are some that just want revenge? Doesn't it feel that way? That there are some, and we are talking about, I believe, a minuscule amount. I don't think African Americans buy into this at all. But the people like the Black Panthers and whites like the Weather Underground, they just, I mean, it goes to what we were talking about. What is it? Collective salvation. Make them pay. Make them pay. That's not what salvation is all about.
This is kind of hard to hear. You really have to pay attention to what she was saying. But she was speaking in March to the NAACP, and she was talking about her experience with this white farmer.
You know, the first time I was faced with having a white farmer say his father, he took a long time talking, but he was trying to show me he was superior to me. I know what he was doing.
You understand what she's saying?
She's saying he talked a long time, but he was trying to show that he was superior to me.
This white farmer.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's white or just because you're from the government.
Yeah.
But he had to come to me, but what he didn't know why he was taking all that time trying to show me he was superior to me was I was trying to...
So she says what he didn't know was while he was trying to show that he was superior to me, I was trying to decide how much help I was going to give him. She was struck by all the black people who are losing the farms, and here she's faced with having to help a white person. This is amazing. So she didn't give him the full force of what she could do.
This is amazing.
It's really something.
He needed to go back and report that I did try to help. So I took him to a white lawyer that we had attended some of the training that we had provided because Chapter 12 bankruptcy had just been enacted for the family farmer.
Okay, stop for a second. So she's saying I sent him to a white lawyer who had attended some of our training sessions because Chapter 12 had just been introduced for farmers. So she sent him to one of the white attorneys.
So his own kind
could take care of him.
If this was, you know, we do this all the time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
If this were a human.
Yeah. But
it's not about black and white. It is about human. I sent him to one of his own kind. You tell me what part of the gospel is teaching that. Tell me what part of the gospel is teaching that.
Now, listen to Glenn Beck pretending with Bill O'Reilly he never ran the Shirley Sherrod tape because he's so careful about context. Did, and this is an important point, God inspire him? No, he's simply quote-unquote paranoid. The lies keep piling up because Beck will tell us he not only did run with the tape, you know he quote-unquote supported Shirley Sherrod.
You know how much stuff I have on Van Jones that I've never played? I have stuff that will melt your brain on Van Jones. Right. Okay. But I never played because I didn't have the full context. We were very, very, very
So
very careful.
you don't do the Shirley Sherrod story. I did it, and I was wrong. But you were smarter than I was because you were waiting for the full transcript.
No,
or what?
I'm more paranoid than you are. It didn't. I sat in my office and I said, something's not right with this.
Oh, really? Right in the jump? From the jump?
Something's not right with this.
Well, you are smarter than I am because I didn't think that.
No, I'm more paranoid than you are. I'm looking for people setting people up. Look, this is a fascinating story. First of all, it happened 25 years ago. Is something relevant that happened 25 years ago? Well, yes. If you were blowing up buildings and police stations, yes.
Still airs.
Now, the next question you have to ask is, did they have a turning point? Well, that was the point of this story.
Absolutely.
It was a turning point.
Absolutely.
So that's an important part.
Let's advance the story now.
Okay.
Do you believe...
I supported her. I said, look, I'm sure I disagree with her policies, but as a human, I'd like to see what she actually had to say. Was there a turning point? What was the context?
Well, there was.
Of it? And there was.
Right, there was.
So I supported her. I said that until there was context, the president shouldn't have fired her. Well, how am I the bad guy? Why won't you come on?
You're not the bad guy.
Change Beck's audience and watch his story change.
But you must have this: righteousness, salvation, faith, and the sword of the Spirit. I have a story I'm going to share with you we haven't shared yet. You know why I didn't do the Shirley Sherrod story? I mean, did anybody think that story was uncommon for the people that we have in the White House? That there might be some prejudice that is happening? No. I stood in my office with my entire team, and I said, something's wrong. Don't do this story. That is the sword of the Spirit. I said on the radio a year and a half ago, there is going to come a time the sword must be sharpened. It must be refined. I said a year and a half ago, there is going to come a time where you are going to feel it in your gut. Stop, turn around, go the other way. You must do it. You must exercise this, refine it, and sharpen the Spirit so when you hear it, you don't question, you just do. That's why we didn't do the story. Because I stood there and I went, something's wrong. Question, what was wrong? I don't know. Something's wrong. Don't do it. That's what saved me. The sword of the Spirit.